Hi everyone, my name is Minahil. I'm a sophomore political science and communication major. A little bit about myself. Throughout my time at UB, I've been involved with numerous on-campus organizations. I'm a student assistant in the undergraduate academies as well as a teaching assistant for their Global Perspective seminar with Patrick McDevitt from the history department. In addition to my involvement with the academies, I'm heavily involved with the Undergraduate Student Association. I'm a member of numerous clubs. I have served as both mock trial captain, vice president, and treasurer. And most recently, I was elected to be the SISH Council coordinator. And as the SISH Council coordinator, I'm also a member of the Senate, and I was chosen to be on the Senate Finance Committee. So through my involvement as coordinator, I've kind of learned how to advocate for other people properly, and that's kind of what inspired me to run for student representative to the University Council. I truly believe that this is a position that's not about pushing your own agenda forward or advocating for what you believe the university needs, but the people you represent. So my goal is to create an open forum with the students and be the facilitator while connecting students to administration. So my proposal is before every council meeting, a month before, I want to go to the SA Assembly, the SA Senate, the GSA Senate, and as well as the executive board of every other student government and talk to them about any concerns they've had or any concerns their members have had. After this, I want to compile a report based on what I heard at these meetings and bring it to all students. So I want to hold open forum style question and answer sessions, asking UB students to come with their concerns. And I've already spoken to Mike Lewis, and he said it's something that we can, in fact, facilitate through their office, and the room reservations and all of that have been in place. The next step after that will be to go to the council meeting, and I want to be held accountable for everything I say at the council meeting, so I'll create full reports of what happened, what I said, what else transpired at the meeting, and pass those along to all the student governments as well as student life. In addition, I want to bring back the Council of Advocacy and Leadership and continuously meet with all 7 of the student governments so we're presenting a united front to administration. I think all of those ideas combined with my past experience as coordinator make me the most qualified for this position.
One of the jobs as a student rep, is you're the voice of the students. You kind of mentioned how you're going to do that, how you're going to become that voice by going to GSA events and everything. I don't know if you mentioned anything about how students who aren't very involved, how are you going to get them involved?
So I mentioned that a little bit. So the first step is obviously to go to elected student leaders who've already represented students, but the next step will be to compile reports that I had from those meetings and hold open forum town hall style meetings. So I've talked to Mike Lewis, we can rent out rooms, advertise this, and then any student will be able to come talk to me about concerns they've had. Then they'll be able to see whether or not that was on my agenda to talk at the council meeting or if it's something that I need to add.
Okay. Are there any tangible initiatives that you are trying to get out there other than finding out what the students are concerned about?
I think I really want to reinvigorate the Council of Advocacy and Leadership that was started by GSA President Jonathan Knights last year. And I think that that's so important because when you have all student leaders who, and they're speaking to concerns that aren't specific to just a graduate student, undergrad student, and they present a united front, it's kind of hard for administration to be able to ignore that. So my main initiative is to get that going. And also I want to schedule regular meetings with on-campus departments such as parking and transportation, campus dining and shops, and my hope is that by them recognizing me and me opening lines of communication when I do have initiative that a student wants to push or that I think of as my role in supervisor as student representative, I already have that communication and I've already built the credibility with that organization.
Can you elaborate on what the UB Council for Advocacy is?
It was the COLE initiative that was started last year by Jonathan Knights, and it's all 7 student government presidents, the student body judiciary, and the student representative of the UB Council sitting together and discussing problems that all UB students face and coming up with solutions or reform ideas of where to go from there.
I was actually interested in the full report that you were planning on giving to the Spectrum. for your idea behind transparency and increasing that. Could you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, of course. So that's kind of the follow-up. I think a lot of times people come in this position and they really do push for the advocacy and they reach out to different organizations, but it's kind of hard to follow through because nobody really knows what happens at the council meeting. So I want to make sure that there is recorded video, so part of my platform is to give that to all the student government so they know what happened, but also with the supplemental report. So you don't have to watch the whole video. You can know what I talked about, the spectrum will know, all the student governments will know, and they'll be able to hold me accountable of whether or not I address their concerns that, like I said, I would in the time that I'm allotted to speak at the council meetings.